Hello guys! Unveiling NIO sub-brand strategy, dissecting market positioning, risks, and potential success. Dive into this insightful video for a comprehensive analysis. The biggest threat for NIO stockholders now lies in the success or failure of its sub-brand. In this video, I am analyzing the positioning of this sub-brand in China, the market segment it is targeting, and I will provide my opinion on why it may succeed. I will also discuss potential risks and speculative situations that could impact the sub-brand. So this is going to be an interesting video, folks. Many arguments were made suggesting that it would be challenging for them to launch a cheaper car than the ET5 and that they won't surpass the ET5 in terms of specifications. This is not entirely accurate because the CEO has mentioned that there are no constraints on the sub-brand to replicate the features of their previous car. They don't have to worry about making their car better than the ET5 or adding superior features. He explicitly stated that they will enter the market where cars sell the most without any hesitation. So you need to consider this perspective. The sub-brand won't receive the same exclusivity as the original NIO brand, such as the right to access NIO houses. You won't experience the same level of luxury and perhaps not as much grandeur as with NIO. The sub-brand car will be entirely value-oriented, packed with excellent features. It has been mentioned that the sub-brand car will be suitable for a single trip or the next one. A single motor variant will also be available. If you look at the market, NIO is entering the price category of 200K to 300K RMB, while the Firefly sub-brand is targeting the range of 100K to 200K RMB. Okay. So if you analyze the market segment in December 2023, the Model Y claimed the #1 spot in this price range and sold the most EV. All the vehicles sold were EV. They sold a total of 60,055 vehicles. This is precisely the car they are targeting. NIO CEO himself has stated that the sub-brand car will be a Model Y-like vehicle capable of battery swapping, like a Model 3. And that is precisely what the NIO sub-brand car will be. In the second spot is the Sun Plus EV with a total of 13,845 vehicles. In the third spot is the LS6. Okay, firstly, the Sun Plus EV is significantly cheaper than the Model Y. So it's essentially for those who cannot afford a Model Y, don't think much about Tesla, and are more concerned about BYD branding and cost efficiency. Here in the third spot is the LS6 with a total of 9,878 vehicles. This is precisely the car that NIO is targeting 100%. If you look at the LS6, it's a pretty good car with all the features people would desire. And I believe that the NIO car will be similar to the LS6, capable of battery swapping, essentially a sub-brand. Let's look at the numbers they are presenting. They have sold 9,678 vehicles. I think this is quite impressive, and if NIO sub-brand makes deliveries in the same range, it will be fantastic. We will discuss suburban deliveries later. Number 4, Leap Motor C11 with 9,121 units. This is definitely on the cheaper side. Yes, there is a bit of overlap. But number 5, Celine S7 with 7,736 units. So you can clearly understand that all the top 5 vehicle models are selling over 5,000 electric vehicles each month in China. So NIO sub-brand can easily reach 7,000 to 8,000 deliveries with just a good car, a good EV with many features. And these are all SUV, by the way, so NIO sub-brand SUV will also be very successful. Now, there is an argument against it, and it's a risk that people are not familiar with this brand, which I think is a valid concern. Yes, it is a valid concern, and brand development and recognition take time for a sub-brand. According to rumors, it's going by the name Onavo. So what we can see is that when the sub-brand is launched, there will be a lot of buzz in the news media outlets. Many content creators in China will make videos about it. NIO content creators will also make videos, and news articles will report about it. So it will gain a bit of recognition among those who pay attention to this space. All right, but generally, we might see that when it launches immediately, it might take some time to become popular. So you won't see 7,000 deliveries right away. It's possible, but more likely, there will be a steady increase when sub-brand deliveries begin. What's really cool is that these sub-brand cars are already in production. In our podcast with Marcus, he visited the factory and mentioned that sub-brand cars were already in production, indeed, and he saw them being produced in the factory. How strange is that? And I want you to remember that, besides good features like orange axe and single motor, good performance, good build quality, maybe a heads-up display, maybe some NIO tech could be included in that car. Maybe even a horizontal screen. All right, but undoubtedly, the biggest feature that everyone will discuss is the battery swap. We've learned a bit, and NIO CEO has said in their earnings call that they will be able to use sub-brand Gen 3 and Gen 4 swap stations. This will be a big selling feature. So all those who are looking at these delivery numbers, many are potential Model Y buyers. The Model Y is cheaper than the NIO ES6 in China. The best-selling Model Y is the long-range version, and it sells the most, and it is much cheaper than the NIO ES6. So some Model Y buyers will definitely shift to the NIO sub-brand SUV. Some Sun Plus EV buyers will also buy the NIO sub-brand, and even IM-LSA6 buyers. Why not get an IM-LSA6 that can do battery swaps? After all, it is a NIO sub-brand. And remember that they mostly lack infrastructure, except for Tesla, which has supercharging capabilities. However, if you look at BYD, they don't have any infrastructure. M Motors also basically lacks any infrastructure, yet they are selling so many cars. Just imagine if they had infrastructure like NIO. And the biggest point, the absolute biggest reason, is that this will be more customizable. You can choose a LiDAR-equipped variant if you want LiDAR, and if you don't want a dual motor, you can choose a single motor variant. You can also choose a bigger or smaller battery. So if you just want base specs without LiDAR, without the X chip, single motor, standard range, then the price of that car will be much lower and affordable for many people. And I have seen some people commenting that the Submarine can only use Gen 3 and Gen 4 swap stations, but you shouldn't worry at all. There are plenty, and they will build even more. It hasn't stopped yet. They intend to build 1,000 swap stations this year, and all of them will be Gen 3, with Gen 4 starting in April. And all these swap stations can be used for the sub-brand as well. So NIO will definitely have more infrastructure compared to all of them combined. The sub-brand will be very successful. And yes, it might offer better value than some of NIO-owned models. But what will you choose? You can select a price or premium plan. All right, you can buy an iPhone, or perhaps another Redmi phone with more RAM, more storage, and maybe even a faster processor than the iPhone. But which one will you choose? So yes, I wanted NIO to launch a sub-brand, become a part of their main brand, and just launch it under the names ET3 or ES3. I envision great success with this, but they will have to shackle themselves from creating a car with better features than the ET5 or ES6. If they launch it as a separate brand, they can free themselves from these constraints and essentially offer great value. This will be a big success. It will take time to ramp up delivery. People will buy this car. Don't worry about it. Brand recognition will take time, but I am sure that content creators and news outlets will create a lot of hype about it, and many people will know about it when it launches. And I am also sure that those who want to buy an EV will do market research and learn about this car. As always, thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.